Welcome, a movie buff with you. Today you will find the top 10 highest rated superhero movies. Here we go. After the death of his father, King T'Challa returns to his homeland of Wakanda, a technologically advanced African nation hidden from the world. As the new king, T'Challa must navigate his responsibilities while taking on the mantle of the Black Panther, the protector of Wakanda. T'Challa's rule is challenged when a powerful artifact, made of vibranium, Wakanda's most valuable resource, surfaces in the outside world. This leads to a confrontation with Ulysses Klaue, a black market arms dealer, and Eric Killmonger, a mysterious figure with a personal vendetta against T'Challa. It's revealed that Killmonger is T'Challa's cousin, the son of N'Jobu, T'Chaka's brother, who was killed for betraying Wakanda. Killmonger seeks revenge and claims the throne, defeating T'Challa in ritual combat and becoming the new Black Panther. His plan is to use Wakanda's advanced weapons to incite global revolutions and overthrow governments. T'Challa survives the fight with Killmonger and, with the help of his allies, returns to reclaim his throne. In a final battle, T'Challa confronts Killmonger, who refuses to surrender. Ultimately, T'Challa defeats Killmonger but offers to save his life. However, Killmonger chooses to die free rather than live in captivity. After restoring peace to Wakanda, T'Challa decides to reveal Wakanda's true nature to the world, sharing its resources and knowledge for the betterment of humanity. The film ends with T'Challa opening outreach centers and declaring Wakanda's intention to help shape a brighter future. Wonder Woman begins on the hidden island of Themyscira, home to the Amazons, a race of warrior women created by the gods to protect humanity. Diana, the daughter of Queen Hippolyta, grows up sheltered but is trained to be a formidable warrior by her aunt, General Antiope. Diana learns of Ares, the god of war, whom the Amazons believe will one day return to destroy humanity. One day, Diana rescues Steve Trevor, an American pilot who crashes off the coast of Themyscira. He reveals that the world is engulfed in World War I, and he is a spy working to stop a deadly weapon being developed by the Germans, led by General Ludendorff and Dr. Maru, also known as Dr. Poison. Believing Ares is behind the war, Diana decides to leave Themyscira with Steve, convinced that defeating Ares will end the conflict. Diana eventually confronts Ludendorff, believing he is Ares in disguise. She kills him, but the war continues, shattering her belief that simply killing Ares would end all conflict. Soon after, the real Ares reveals himself as Sir Patrick Morgan, a seemingly benevolent British official. Ares tries to convince Diana that humanity is inherently corrupt and destructive, but Diana refuses to believe this. She ultimately defeats Ares, but recognizes that humanity is capable of both good and evil. The film concludes with Diana living in the modern world, reflecting on her past and reaffirming her commitment to protecting humanity. Doctor Strange, 2016, follows Dr. Stephen Strange, a brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon whose life changes after a car accident damages his hands, leaving him unable to perform surgery. Desperate to heal, he exhausts conventional medicine and travels to Kathmandu, seeking a mystical cure from the Ancient One. There, Strange discovers a hidden world of magic, alternate dimensions, and powerful sorcerers who protect Earth from supernatural threats. Under the Ancient One's guidance, Strange learns to harness mystical powers, gradually evolving from a skeptic to a skilled sorcerer. He confronts Caecilius, a former disciple of the Ancient One, who seeks to summon Dormammu, a dark entity from the dark dimension, to consume Earth and grant immortality. In the climax, Strange uses his wits and the Time Stone, contained in the Eye of Agamotto, to trap Dormammu in a time loop, forcing the villain to bargain for Earth's safety. With Caecilius defeated, Strange assumes the role of Earth's protector, becoming the Sorcerer Supreme. Deadpool follows Wade Wilson, a former Special Forces operative turned mercenary with a dark sense of humor. Living in New York City, Wade falls in love with Vanessa, and they share a passionate relationship. However, their happiness is shattered when Wade is diagnosed with terminal cancer. Desperate for a cure, Wade agrees to undergo an experimental treatment offered by a shady recruiter named Ajax, also known as Francis Freeman. The procedure, conducted in a secret lab, involves injecting Wade with a serum designed to awaken latent mutant genes in his body. The experiment is successful, granting Wade accelerated healing abilities, making him nearly invincible. However, it also leaves him horribly disfigured, with his skin scarred and his appearance drastically altered. Furious and seeking revenge, Wade adopts the alter ego Deadpool and dons a red suit to hide his scars. Armed with his newfound powers and a twisted sense of humor, Deadpool embarks on a mission to track down Ajax, believing that killing him will allow him to regain his old life and appearance. After several violent encounters, Deadpool finally confronts Ajax, who reveals that there is no cure for Wade's condition. In the ensuing battle, Deadpool defeats Ajax, but after some hesitation, chooses to kill him, fully embracing his anti-hero identity. In the end, Deadpool reunites with Vanessa, revealing his true appearance to her. Despite his fears that she won't accept him, she reassures him that she still loves him. The film begins with Peter Quill, a young boy abducted from Earth after his mother's death, who grows up to become a space outlaw known as Star-Lord. Peter steals a mysterious orb, but soon discovers that others are after it, including the fanatical villain Ronan the Accuser, who plans to use the orb's power to destroy planets. Peter is captured and sent to prison, where he meets an unlikely group of misfits. Gamora, an assassin sent by Ronan to retrieve the orb. Rocket, a genetically modified raccoon. Groot, a humanoid tree. And Drax the Destroyer, who seeks revenge on Ronan for his family's death. Together, they form an uneasy alliance and escape from prison. As they learn more about the orb, they discover it contains an Infinity Stone, an incredibly powerful artifact. Realizing the danger it poses, the group decides to sell the orb to keep it out of the wrong hands. However, Ronan intercepts them, intending to use the stone to annihilate Xandar, a peaceful planet. In a desperate battle, the Guardians manage to defeat Ronan by working together, with Peter using his quick thinking and the team's combined strength to harness the stone's power. After their victory, the group decides to remain together as the Guardians of the Galaxy, dedicated to protecting the universe. The film ends with them setting off on new adventures, now bonded by friendship and a shared purpose. In the year 2029, mutants are nearly extinct, and a weary Logan, Wolverine, is living in hiding near the Mexican border. He works as a limo driver and cares for an ailing Professor Charles Xavier, who suffers from a neurodegenerative disease that causes uncontrollable telepathic seizures. Logan's quiet life is disrupted when a woman named Gabriella asks for his help to escort a young girl, Laura, to a place called Eden, a supposed sanctuary for mutants. Laura is revealed to be Logan's clone, created from his DNA, and possesses his powers, including claws and a healing factor. As they travel together, Logan, Laura, and Xavier form an unlikely family bond. Along the way, Xavier reveals his guilt over causing a tragic incident that killed several X-Men due to one of his seizures. They are pursued relentlessly by Transigen, and in a heartbreaking moment, Xavier is killed by X-24, a younger, more powerful clone of Logan created by Transigen. Logan and Laura continue their journey, and they eventually find a group of mutant children who escaped from Transigen. Logan takes a serum that temporarily restores his strength, allowing him to fight X-24, but the battle leaves him mortally wounded. In his final moments, Logan shares a tender moment with Laura, acknowledging her as his daughter and urging her to not follow his violent path. Logan dies peacefully, and Laura buries him. Marking his grave with a cross, she turns into an X, to honor his legacy as the last of the X-Men. The film ends with Laura and the other children continuing their journey to find a new future, carrying the hope that mutants may rise again. In Spider-Man: No Way Home, Peter Parker's life is turned upside down when his secret identity as Spider-Man is revealed to the world by Mysterio. Struggling with the fallout, Peter's life and the lives of his loved ones, including MJ and Aunt May, become chaotic. Desperate to fix things, Peter seeks help from Doctor Strange, asking him to cast a spell that will make everyone forget that he's Spider-Man. However, the spell goes wrong, causing the multiverse to fracture. This mistake brings villains from alternate dimensions into Peter's world, including Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, and Lizard, who all previously battled other versions of Spider-Man. Peter tries to capture these villains with Strange's help, but soon realizes they are doomed to die in their original timelines. Determined to save them, Peter clashes with Strange and attempts to cure the villains instead of sending them back to their fates. Together, the three Spider-Men work to cure the villains and stop Green Goblin. In the final battle, they succeed, but Peter realizes that the only way to truly protect his world is to have Strange cast the spell correctly, making everyone forget Peter Parker entirely. The spell works, erasing Peter from everyone's memory, including his closest friends. In the aftermath, Peter chooses to continue as Spider-Man, alone and unknown, accepting the responsibility that comes with his role. The film ends with him swinging through New York, ready to face new challenges, even though his previous life and relationships are now lost. 8 years after the death of Harvey Dent, Gotham City is at peace, with organized crime nearly eradicated under the Dent Act. Bruce Wayne has retired as Batman and lives in seclusion, physically and mentally broken. However, a new threat emerges in the form of Bane, a masked terrorist with a mysterious past. Bane takes control of Gotham by force, isolating the city from the outside world and revealing the truth about Dent's crimes, shattering the public's trust in their heroes. Bruce is lured out of retirement by Selina Kyle, a cat burglar with her own agenda. However, when Bruce confronts Bane, he is defeated and left broken in a remote prison. While Bane holds Gotham hostage with a nuclear bomb, Bruce struggles to regain his strength and escape. With the help of a fellow prisoner, Bruce finds the will to return as Batman. In the final battle, Batman, with the help of allies like Commissioner Gordon, Selina Kyle, and the city's police force, defeats Bane. However, it's revealed that Bane was only a pawn in the plan of Talia al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, seeking revenge for her father's death. Batman sacrifices himself by flying the bomb out over the ocean, seemingly perishing in the explosion. In the aftermath, Gotham rebuilds, and Bruce Wayne is believed dead. However, it's subtly implied that he survived, as Alfred sees Bruce living a peaceful life in Europe. The film ends with John Blake, a Gotham cop, discovering the Batcave, hinting at the rise of a new protector for Gotham. After the devastating events of Avengers Infinity War, where Thanos wiped out half of all life in the universe, the remaining Avengers are left in despair. 5 years later, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, escapes the quantum realm and proposes a plan to undo the damage by using time travel. The Avengers reunite and split into teams, traveling back in time to retrieve the 6 Infinity Stones from different points in the past. They successfully gather the stones, but their actions alert Thanos in the past, leading him to attack the present timeline. In a climactic battle, all the Avengers, along with their allies, fight against Thanos and his army. Tony Stark, Iron Man, ultimately sacrifices himself by using the stones to erase Thanos and his forces from existence. After the victory, the Avengers return the stones to their original timelines, and Steve Rogers, Captain America, stays in the past to live out a peaceful life. The film ends with the heroes mourning their losses and looking toward an uncertain future. Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse follows Miles Morales, a teenager in Brooklyn struggling to live up to the expectations of his father, a police officer. After being bitten by a radioactive spider, Miles develops powers similar to those of Spider-Man. He soon discovers that his universe's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is trying to stop the villain Kingpin from using a particle accelerator to access parallel dimensions. Kingpin's plan goes wrong, killing Peter and causing other Spider People from different dimensions to appear in Miles's world. Miles meets these alternate Spider People, including an older Peter B. Parker, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker, and Spider-Ham. Together, they must stop Kingpin and his henchmen from destroying the multiverse. Along the way, Miles struggles with his newfound responsibilities, but ultimately embraces his role as Spider-Man. In the final battle, he uses his unique abilities to defeat Kingpin and send the other Spider People back to their respective dimensions. The film ends with Miles fully embracing his identity as Spider-Man, ready to protect his world. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video. See you soon.